Alright, depending on what time this video may find you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. What's going on? I hope you're doing good. I hope God is blessing you. Welcome to Seeking Christ with Trey, where instead of worldly discussion, we have worldly discussion. Alright, so the title of today's lesson is going to be Lot's wife. Alright, everybody, get your handy dandy Bible, pull out your tools, get your tools. You ain't got one, go get you one. Go find one at your nearest Walmart, go get you a tool if you ain't got a tool. You got your tool, you got your handy dandy Bible, your holy Bible, your God's word, you got it in your hand. All right, everybody flip with me to Genesis. Go to Genesis chapter 19. We're going to start off with verse 17. You there? You there? Because I'm there. I flipped there pretty quick. I don't know. Y'all be moving slow back there. Y'all be moving slow. Y'all be moving slow in the back. In the front too. But Genesis chapter 19. Oh, look at me. I'm talking. I ain't even at the right chapter. Whoopsie. God'll humble you that quick. All right. Genesis chapter 19, verse 17. And we're going to go from 17 to 26. All right. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, escape for thy life. Look not behind thee. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. That sounds like a warning. It's a warning from God. And Lot said unto them, O not so, my Lord. Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I could not escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. O let me escape thither. It is not a little one, and my soul shall live. And he said unto him, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou become thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. Now, this is a certain type of a version of the Bible, so I don't know about that word. I'm gonna figure this out when this video ends. All right. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zor. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of cities that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back. From behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. All right, we just read Genesis 19:17 through 26. The last thing we read is that she turned into a pillar of salt. All right. Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt, literally, like a pillar of salt. Go in your cabinet, get you some salt. She turned into a pillar of that. She turned into a pillar of salt because she disobeyed what the angels told her. They told her, hey, get up and go. Not look back at what God doing. Don't look back. Go to where he told you to go. But Lot's wife, what is it? What? Pillar of salt, just like that. She looked back to her sin, metaphorically and literally, and reaped what she sowed. So when she looked back at where God told her not to look back to. She looked back to where God was leading her away from. Now, you might be looking back to the, you know what I'm saying? You might be looking back to your ex. Might be looking back to the weed, to the alcohol. You might be looking back to the masturbation, to the pornography, to the fornication. You might be looking back to an old job. I don't know. You might be looking back to something God said, hey, don't go back to that. Don't look back to them around the way. Them not your friends. You might be looking back. It's best to walk away from what God divulged you from, because going back will only turn you into a pillar of salt. Maybe metaphorically, possibly literally. Now this is a shorter lesson than what I've been uploading, but I want you to take this lesson, and I want you to meditate and pray on this, on the things that God has led you away from, taken away from you, or is trying to lead you away from and trying to take away from you. Rather it be idols, whatever it may be that God is calling you to give up. I want you to pray about it. I want you to think about it. And I want you to understand that the things that God have for us will always be better than the things He's willing to take away from us. So even though you may want to look back to what you had at a certain period in your life, you might want to get it back because you don't know what God is doing, because you can't see that far into the future. You can't see in the future at all. You can't see past right now, this moment. Don't look back. Don't go back. Especially if God gave you the courage and the strength to walk away from it to begin with. Now, it's one thing to still be in it and not want to leave. But for God to come to you and make it known to you to where you cannot deny that it's no good for you. God has done everything that He could possibly for you to know, okay, I don't need to be here. I need to leave. Once you have that in your spirit, do not look back to where God has taken you out of, or you'll never leave. You'll be turned into a pillar of salt looking back. You'll be in between where God was leading you from and where God was taking you to. You'll be in between, and you won't move. You won't go back. You won't go forward either. You'll be stuck in the middle because you're looking back. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime I walk forward while looking backwards, eventually I run into something. I got to be looking forward so I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't run into a pole, run into an obstacle, or fall down a flight of stairs. I got to be looking forward, because if I'm looking back, how can I see what's in front of me? All right. Now, I did a little drawing. I got the little salt right there. You see that? That's Lot's wife. That's Lot's wife. And then that's Sodom and Gomorrah with the hell and brimstone on it, because they was in Sodom and Gomorrah tripping. It was in Sodom and Gomorrah tripping. If you don't know what they was doing in Sodom and Gomorrah, to go back and look at that. That's it for this video's lesson. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now, my assignment, like I told you, is to pray and meditate on the things that God is trying to lead you away from, take out of your life, to keep yourself from looking back and being turned into a pillar of salt. Now, I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed morning, a blessed evening, a blessed night, a blessed anything, a blessed everything. And I hope you enjoy Seeking Christ with Trey, where instead of worldly discussion, get your tools. Hey, get your tools. You got to start doing this with me. You need 2 of them. Instead of worldly discussion, we have wordly discussion. God bless you.